in a land filled with riches, a merchant named Abbasi had a daughter named Amina, known for her beauty. Abbasi sought a suitor worthy of her, but Amina yearned for love, not wealth. One day, a disheveled young man named Dumi arrived at their gates, asking for Amina's hand. Abbasi scoffed at Dumi, but Amina saw something deeper within him. Dumi asked for a chance to prove his love, leading Amina to a hidden truth. At the palace, Dumi revealed his true self, transforming into a handsome prince. Amina realized that true beauty lies within the heart, and love blossomed between them. Their wedding day arrived, filled with joy and laughter, uniting two hearts forever. In a time long forgotten, in a vivid land adorned by swaying palm trees and golden sands, there lived a wealthy merchant named Abbasi. He was known far and wide for his vast riches and prosperous trade routes. Yet despite his wealth, Abbasi owned something far more precious, a daughter named Amina, which means trustworthy or faithful. Amina was the embodiment of beauty. Her radiant skin glimmered like the sun at dawn, and her laughter echoed through the hallways of their grand home. People traveled from distant lands just to catch a glimpse of her grace and charm. Abbasi, proud and protective, adored his daughter more than anything in the world. Abbasi, a man of high standards, was determined to find a suitor worthy of his daughter Amina's beauty.
I will only give my daughter's hand to a man who is as handsome as he is noble and who can match my status and wealth, Abbasi declared.
Suitors came from every corner of the kingdom, each more impressive than the last. Abbasi would often scrutinize each man, finding flaws in their character or appearance.
This one is too short, he would say. That one is too arrogant. This one lacks the stature of a royal.
Amina, a young woman filled with deep sorrow, listens to her father's endless critiques about her future. She longs to marry for love, yearning for someone who will cherish her heart rather than her beauty or her father's wealth.
You must understand, father, Amina pleaded. I wish to marry someone who respects me, who loves me for who I am.
I do not care for riches or appearances, she asserts firmly. Her father, however, shakes his head, expressing his concern.
My daughter, you are my only child, and I desire the very best for you. Trust me, I know what is best. One fateful day, a young man approached the gates of Abbasi's estate. His appearance was far from royal. He was disheveled and worn, with a twisted nose and a crooked smile that would frighten most away.
He wore ragged clothes, and a wooden staff served as both a support and a disguise. This young man was indeed a prince, Dumi, the son of the king, who had chosen to come in rags to observe and understand the true nature of people's hearts. Dumi had heard tales of Amina's beauty and her father's high standards. He sought to test both. Beneath his tattered exterior, Dumi possessed a magical ring that could transform his appearance into that of a splendid prince, and a staff that could grant him wealth beyond comprehension. When Dumi arrived at the merchant's home, he boldly asked for Amina's hand in marriage. Abbasi's reaction was one of disgust and disbelief. Who are you? You dare come to my house dressed like a beggar and ask for my daughter? You are not even worthy of being a servant. Dumi, however, remained calm. Please do not judge me by my appearance. I am a prince in disguise, and I have come to seek your daughter's love. I have gifts of gold and jewels to offer if you accept my proposal.
Abbasi raised an eyebrow, intrigued yet skeptical.
Gold and jewels, show me your proof of royalty and then we shall talk.
Dumi replied, I will show you my proof, but first let me speak with Amina. It is she who must decide if she wishes to marry me.
Abbasi, though hesitant, agreed and called for Amina. As she entered the room, Amina felt her heart race at the sight of the man before her. Though he was not handsome, she could sense a depth of character beneath his rugged exterior. Miss Amina, he said, I have come to ask for your hand in marriage. I am a prince disguised, and I have gifts for you. I love you with all my heart and wish to make you my wife.
Amina, surprised but composed, replied, I appreciate your offer, but I do not know you, and love cannot be birthed from mere gifts. I cannot marry someone I do not love.
Dumi nodded in understanding. I respect your honesty, Miss Amina. However, I ask you to give me a chance.
Please allow me to show you who I truly am. I am more than what you see.
Amina looked to her father, who was clearly frustrated and impatient.
Amina, a strong-willed young woman, felt a twinge of sympathy for the man her father wished to send away. Father, I understand your wishes, but I wish to make my own choices, she declared with resolve, with thought. Abasi, her father, sighed deeply as he saw the determination in Amina's eyes. Very well, Amina, but know this, if he fails to prove himself, you will lose your chance at a true match.
Dumi, the man in question, took Amina's hand gently and led her outside to a modest carriage waiting for them. Dumi helped Amina inside the carriage, and they set off toward the palace of the king, where Dumi would reveal his true self. As they traveled, Amina, a curious young woman, felt a strange mix of apprehension and excitement. The carriage arrived at a magnificent palace adorned with intricate carvings and beautiful gardens.
Dumi stepped down first, helping Amina onto the polished marble steps. Once inside, he stood before Amina and removed his magical ring.
In an instant, his ragged appearance transformed into that of a strikingly handsome prince, adorned in royal robes with a crown atop his head. Dumi, the noble prince, stood tall, his features refined and regal, as he welcomed Amina to his palace. "Welcome to my palace, Amina," he declared, revealing his intention to test her heart.
Amina's breath caught in her throat as she gazed upon him, feeling the kindness emanating from his heart. She realized that he sought her out not to deceive her, but to reveal the truth of who he was within. "You have passed my test," Dumi continued. "You agreed to meet with me to give me a chance. You are courageous and compassionate, and for that I admire you even more. I wish to marry you, Amina, and make you the happiest woman in the kingdom. Will you be my wife?"
Amina, overwhelmed with emotion, found herself smiling at him.
"My lord, I am honored by your words.
You are indeed noble and handsome, and I believe I have fallen for you too. I would be delighted to be your wife." Dumi, a charming young man, and Amina, a graceful woman, embraced and shared a tender kiss, sealing their newfound love. Dumi led Amina into the grand halls of the palace, where they shared their story with the king and queen. The royal couple, delighted by their son's choice, welcomed Amina into their family with open arms. The king and queen blessed their union and began preparations for a grand wedding. The entire kingdom was invited to celebrate the love that blossomed between the prince and his beloved.
As the joyous day arrived, the palace was adorned with flowers. Laughter and the sound of music filled the air.
Dumi and Amina exchanged vows in a ceremony that radiated love and warmth. The couple lived happily ever after, ruling their kingdom with kindness and wisdom. Their love story became a timeless tale, a reminder that true beauty lies within the heart. And thus, the moral of this story teaches us that appearances can be deceiving. Love cannot be bound by wealth or beauty, but rather flourishes in the kindness and authenticity of the heart. Amina and Dumi journeyed side by side, their hearts intertwined, as they traversed the winding road ahead. They often paused to reflect on their individual journeys, recalling the trials that had shaped them. Through every challenge faced, they discovered the depth of their love for one another,